What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for watching. I'm going to be doing a very highly requested video today. If you follow my social media, some of the videos that I've posted recently, everybody's asking me, the whole blow-off noise, from the Mini Cooper, what blow-off valve am I running and whatnot. So in today's video, I'm going to show you my forged blow-off valve install, how to install it, and give you some sound clips. I know a lot of people are interested in it. A lot of people want to buy it, and they want to know how to install it and how it works and whatnot. So I'm going to be going over all of that, the installation process. It's super simple. Honestly, this install should probably take more than 20 to 30 minutes with the right tools. It's a super straightforward and easy install. The kit comes with everything required. It's already on the car, so you guys know, but I will be pulling everything off and showing you how everything is ran. At the time that I installed it, I just didn't have, I was kind of impatient, and I decided to just throw it on in the middle of the night and didn't have any light to install it. So I'll just be going over everything today. I'm going to be using my new GoPro that I got as a head cam so that you guys can see me work as I talk. Hopefully the audio and the quality is good. So, yep, let's get into it. Alright guys, so I have my head cam on right now. So the only things you're going to need, honestly, is going to be a flathead to take apart all the clamps. Well, mind you, don't forget, I have an aftermarket intake. So if you have a regular stock intake and you're going to be doing this install, it's going to be a little different, but anyways, you have to take off the intake. You're going to need, for me in my case, a flathead, and you're going to need a 5mm Allen key, preferably a long one like this so you could get into the actual valve itself. But these two tools is pretty much all you're going to need. So let's go to the front of the car. Pop the hood. And like I said, you're going to need to remove the intake. I suggest you move the coolant reservoir tank as well, because that's going to be in the way. So I'm just going to start, I'll start right here. Start pulling off the cold air intake. There. Pulling all of this off. Don't forget to disconnect the map too. You don't want to break it, just push, pull, done. So, let's read it off. Oh. So, this off, this off, ground. And you're going to want to pull the intake box off as well. Would have been good if I got a tool for that. So we're also going to be removing the box here, the Torx. So that's pulling off. Get this out of the way. Pull this. It's just held on my grommets. So now we're ready for where we have to connect the actual blow-off valve. And once again, let me move the tank out of the way. Just move it out of the way, and then you'll get access to. Here's the valve, guys, right there. So, like I said, it's already on the car, but you're gonna need to pull off the 5-bolt. There's 1, 2, and then on the other side with a 5mm Allen. It makes it pretty easy. So you just in here, the first one, second one, and third one. I'm not gonna pull it out. There's really no point. But when you do pull it out, this is the stock diverter valve. You're gonna disconnect it, pull it out, and then put the new one in the same position. And then this is where, so here's the solenoid that the blow-off valve runs off of. There's 3 ports here, and each go to a line. So see this long line here goes all the way back into this boost tap. This boost tap comes with the kit. So I had to find another screw that would fit into the actual intake manifold back here where the map sensor is. So you put the boost tap here with a line going to the solenoid on the back side. And then 1, 2 go to the bottom of the blow-off valve. You'll see the ports if you actually have the valve in front of you, but you'll see the ports that you connect that to. And then this connector here goes into the stock connector where the blow-off valve originally and where the stock diverter valve originally is. So that's the wire for that. Now this solenoid, they say online, is supposed to go up here somewhere, like on the valve cover, but I don't see how, because it doesn't really reach. At least the connector doesn't reach. So I just leave it out of the way on the bottom where it doesn't make any, you know, problems here. But honestly, guys, that's pretty much it. I mean, you just pull off the stock intake, or if you have an aftermarket intake, just pull that off. And like I said, you could get the kit with the boost tap. I personally prefer it that way. It just makes the install a little easier. And like I said, just one line goes from the back of the tap. You put the map sensor in, just reconnect it, put a screw through it, put a couple washers so that it holds everything nice and tight. And then, like I said, you just run the line all the way back into the back part of the solenoid here. The 2 lines go to the blow-off valve right there on the bottom. And then you have your connector right here that goes to the stock diverter valve connector, where the stock valve right there used to connect to. So then you have this full setup right, put you guys back on the head cam. So you have the full setup here like that. So you have the valve sitting right here. Then you have the solenoid where your lines are going to go to. Once again, your connector back into the intake manifold. And then you're going to want to start your car just to make sure that everything is tight and that you don't have any check engine light. You shouldn't get any check engine light because this is like a direct replacement for the diverter valve. So yeah, and I will include some clips as well of the car driving so that you guys can hear what it sounds like, because it sounds really good. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the install. It's super easy. Like I said, this shouldn't take any more than like 20 to 30 minutes. And the hardest part really is just taking off the intake. And even pulling off the stock valve isn't even that hard, and putting on this valve is not that bad, because once again, with the 5mm, you just go in. I could even show you guys for a sec that you just undo it here. One, the second one is down there, and the third one's on the other side. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's super easy to get to. Just make sure you don't break any of the clips or anything off. And yeah, so the way I leave it, let me put everything back together to show you guys so that I don't leave everything all messed up. So I just leave, like I said, I leave my solenoid here. You can cut the lines to the length you need. So I just left mine a little longer just in case, but I just literally just leave it on the bottom. And then once everything goes back in, you'll see it just cleans up nicely. It doesn't... Oh. Cleans up super well. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3. Seem to have lost one of the grommets. That's not a big deal, I'll find it, but you guys get the idea. So guys, literally everything just gets done in reverse now. So I'm just gonna put the intake back together. Put the intake back together here. Like so. Put this back on. There's the box back on. I'll grab that. Putting it back together, guys, is pretty simple. It's just doing everything backwards in reverse. This back on. Okay, now we can reconnect the mass airflow sensor like so. Put the catch can back in. I'll just get the other clamp, obviously, because I dropped that, but Put the coolant reservoir back in as well. Put the bolt back in here. And like I said, guys, so that's basically it. Install is done. It's literally that easy. And like I said, I keep the solenoid right here. So it's under everything. It doesn't disturb nothing. A lot of people, like I said, they put it up here somewhere. I don't know how, because again, the connector on the solenoid there doesn't reach the connector on the bottom where the stock diverter valve connector was. So I don't see how it's possible that people run it on the top here. So once again, I just leave it out of the way. Not a big deal. And the snorkel little intake pipe, it's right here. I'll put that on in a second. It's just, I had it off because when I was fighting the coolant leak that I had a little while ago, I never put it back on because I was trying to see where it was leaking from, but I'll throw that back on. That's not essential. You don't need it, but yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. So once again, leave the solenoid here. It connects to the back of the intake manifold there with the boost tap, and then the two lines go to the bottom of the valve here, and that's pretty much it. And you're done. All right, guys, so that's the end of the install. Like I said, it's super easy, and it's a really fun mod. Makes the car sound a lot better. The blow-off is really loud. It makes it sound like a race car if that's what you're looking for. But like I said, it's very, very simple. A couple of simple tools that you need to use, and you could do that in about 20 to 30 minutes. Honestly, the hardest part is just taking everything out and then putting it back together. The install itself is super self-explanatory. It's super easy. I think anybody could do it. So if you have 20 to 30 minutes, the valve itself, I will link it in the description. I bought it secondhand off a friend that rebuilt it for me and refreshed everything, so I paid cheaper for it. I'm just going to put it where you can find it the cheapest online, the same kit that I got, so in case anybody's interested. But the install is super, super easy. Once again, if you guys have any questions, I'll answer anything that you need. I don't mind. Hopefully that little explanation was simple for you. I know it wasn't like a great video. I haven't had too much time, you know, with everything going on in the world, so I just wanted to make a quick install video. Everybody was asking for it. Everybody was asking how to do it, what valve it is, so hopefully this answers everything. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe because it lets YouTube know that I'm doing an okay job. And like I said, if you guys need any help, any questions at all, I will answer anything that you need. I will be including sound clips of the valve in the video as well, so you can hear what it sounds like, obviously, to make sure that's what you want. And hopefully you guys are having a great day. Stay safe. Remember to wash your hands and do all that essential good stuff to make sure you stay nice and healthy and safe. Everybody have a good one.